And now welcome to our English audience. Thanks for buying the video despite of the German interviews. Please notice the English translations added to the video. We hope we can soon present you an English version of Tape TV, so watch out. Im letzten Jahr kam eine der angesagtesten Wavebands der 80er Jahre wieder zusammen, XYMOX. Mit neuer Platte und der letztjährigen Tournee konnten sie nicht nur ihre alten Fans überzeugen, sondern auch eine Menge neue dazugewinnen. Wir trafen diese Ausnahmeband in Amsterdam, ihrer Heimatstadt. Was wir dort mit ihnen eingespielt haben, könnt ihr im nachfolgenden Beitrag dann bewundern.
Okay, once again, you are XYMOX, and first place, perhaps we should do a little introduction. So, perhaps you could tell us who you are and what you're doing in XYMOX.
Yeah.
Okay, Rob.
Rob?
Yeah.
You said it already. I play the guitar.
Okay, you play the guitar?
Yeah.
Okay, you're Ronnie, of course,
Yeah.
and...
I'm Ronnie Morings, and I'll do live, I do vocals and play guitar.
Okay.
I'm Moita and I'm playing the bass.
I'm Rui, I play drums.
I'm Sharon and I play keyboards.
Okay, that's great. Okay, the last album you did was Hidden Faces, and actually was kind of a break from the stuff you did before, and it's rather like your old stuff you did on 4AD. So yeah, perhaps you could tell us something about that, why you went back to your roots, kind of.
Yeah, well, it wasn't really a little break, it was just like a follow-up on other albums. Only the time we were living in London, went back to Amsterdam, had to rethink about music and where we should stand, and I just made another album, kind of rediscovered where I was coming from, and we signed to Tess Records, which is like an indie label, and it all kind of clicked in together. And so it's basically XYMOX Hidden Faces, a logical follow-up of the first two albums released on 4AD. So in a way it's like the third album of XYMOX.
I see, so it was really a kind of break from the things you did with this major label. Why was this decision to go back to the roots?
It's no conscious decision, it's just like a process of music is trying to, every time, to expand your borders and trying something else, otherwise you're just stuck in the same thing you always do. But it's like it's just came full circle again. It's just like, okay, we've done this, we've done that. First after 4AD we signed to Polygram, from Polygram we was signed to Zoc Records, did some other things. I mean, the times change everywhere, especially in England. It's like London has a lot of pressure in a way that you kind of innovate yourself, and being the hippest or the newest band with the newest music, which was a challenge at that time. It's early 90s, Manchester scene came up, dance scene came up, a lot of gothic bands stopped making music. There was just simply no spirit for anyone making gothic music, and we got kind of caught in that same vibe, as it were, and discovered like, well, this is not really the right way for XYMOX to make music, but having said that, it's like we've done 2 albums like trying to combine gothic influences with more modern sounds and other different rhythms, just basically experimenting. And but I felt I was drifting too far away from what Clan of XYMOX or XYMOX would stand for. So I just had to just think about what I really wanted to do with music. Going back to Amsterdam, because slowly got my songs together, and basically at the end it ended up like it sounded like something I would have done. Maybe not necessarily 10 years ago, because there's lots of elements from the 90s in it, but like a logical follow-up on those albums, that sort of spirit or attitude. And therefore we also chose producers like Dave Allen of The Cure and Sisters of Mercy, and worked with John Rivers of Dead Canals production, just to make it a good package, as it were, like that all songs would sound like one good album, basically. And that's a short story, basically, about a long period.
By the way, where did this album title come from?
It's a mixture of Dali, for example.
Yes.
Has also one book is called Hidden Faces. His work exists most of the time out of things in landscapes, or where you can derive pictures from hidden faces into one thing. All those also Hidden Faces kind of stands for the fact that a lot of people don't really know who Clan of XYMOX is, and or who actually are on stage, and actually now we come out with playing live, but still for a lot of people it's some sort of mystery. And those things were a nice combination for naming an album like Hidden Faces.
But
so
don't you think it's-
artwork captures that title basically, and also the perception of the band behind it.
And the songs? Songs are also about people with hidden faces.
That was what I'm going to ask, yeah. Okay, I'm sorry. You wanted to tell us about perhaps hidden meanings in the song lyrics of Hidden Faces?
Not really. No.
Not really.
Because I think lyrics are kind of... a lot of people really ask sometimes for what sorts of meanings they should look for, and then they start describing what they feel. And every time with every person it's different, so I think that's nice. If you could give them one idea, you just set them in something, or you deprive them from sort of fantasy. I mean, if I listen to an album, I never grab a lyric sheet unless I really want to know. And then I always kind of disappointed, because I thought there was like, this word sounds like this, and you make your own sort of story and emotions you get from a track. And so I think it's just in your own head. It's not really that important, because it's just escapes shapes the music as a whole. I mean, there's no lyrics versus music. I think that should be a totality of a track, should be one thing.
And that means you also frequent alternative and gothic clubs around Amsterdam?
Yeah, well, you have like parties here, it's not like necessarily a club you can go to every day, but it's like special parties once 3 weeks or once a month, and that's where the sort of scene of, or the gothic scene of Amsterdam goes to.
I see, and that is some rather private parties, or is it some events and
maybe someone else can answer that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What about you?
they are just organized in different places. Just a group of people organizing different parties. We have, by the way, 3 parties now per month. So it's getting better.
Would you say there's a big dark scene in Amsterdam?
Quite big. You get on a night like that, you get about 400 people or so.
Yeah,
but people come also from Germany.
Yeah.
To those
Well,
parties.
obviously.
But it's growing, it's getting better.
Yeah.
I think we all try to organize things here as well. Like when we're gonna play in Paradiso, we invited some bands from Germany, so we'll get some. We try to educate Amsterdam a bit in terms that we're trying to. I mean, a lot of people trying to set up things like there's a new club, Millennium Script.
Yeah.
They do that because, you know, just to give Amsterdam a little input from another angle, and so more and more happens. I mean, you know, 3 years ago it didn't really wasn't really that big. It started off small, and because it died for a long time, especially in we were talking about the early '90s. It's like house was like, especially in Holland and England, was getting really on the up. So all sorts of scene really died because of lack of interest. There was something new, rave parties and things like that. You know, bands with samplers, they were doing dance music instead of something else.
Yeah, but I think everybody's getting bored with it now. So.
But now it's completely different. It's like almost look back at the 70s, like disco versus alternative music. It's sort of thing, but in a different way. But that division is almost there, or is there actually.
Okay, now you're living together in Amsterdam, and well, you have this current lineup of your band. How long have you been together in that lineup?
In what lineup?
This lineup. I mean, these 5 people playing together since last year.
Yeah, because before that, XYMOX wasn't playing live, and I decided to pick that up again, and obviously had to reform a new band with people who feel alike about music, and that's why I have this lineup now.
Okay, so how did your people meet, or where did you meet?
We were already friends, so that was fairly easy.
I see. You met each other before, and it was just coming together to play.
Rob for the longest time. I mean, he used to even like 10 years ago, he'd come to my studio. So it's like you know, that's how things go. I mean, most bands, if bands start, they ask their friends. So I mean, that's the logical source to look at instead of like going put an advert in the paper. I mean, that wouldn't work, would it?
Not really.
We're not a party band, so it's like you know, that's a logical thing. Same thing. I mean, that's where clan stands for, like a close-knit group of people doing things together. And that in our case, it's just playing live.
And for touring is also very important to get along with everyone.
Yeah, I mean, we play live, but if we don't play, we sit in a bar together drinking beer.
Yeah.
And that creates a good kind of spirit. I'd say I mean, liking each other is essential to doing a good job on stage.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Well, especially when you're on a tour for like 3 weeks.
Of course.
You have to be good friends there, because if you're not, it's going wrong.
Yeah.
So that's very important, I think.
It is.
Well, one other interesting thing I read about the name Clan of XYMOX, that it actually comes from the word zymotic.
Yeah.
And I tried to look it up, and it was something like causing infection. And that kind of really puzzled me. Kind of could you say something about that?
Yeah, that's where it derives from. Yeah. But I didn't want to use that name, so I changed the word. That's the underlying word beneath XYMOX. Yeah.
I see. Is there any special meaning about that word for you?
Yeah, I would like to infect people.
I see.
With XYMOX.
Some sort of virus without antidote.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Well, that's great job to do. Okay, so you want to infect people with your music?
Well, more affect them. But, well, it's just I really want to have a word which had like no specific meaning, because I think you know, like a lot of bands regret their name later when they actually have an album out and they think, well, our name really sucks. And I think with XYMOX, XYMOX stands for the band, and as a whole. So there's no other meaning but the band. And then clan means a group of people. So
Yes.
a group of people of XYMOX. So yeah.
And that also means the friendship in this group and between the people.
Yeah.
And that's an important thing, I'd
Absolutely.
say.
Yeah.
Definitely. Most definitely.
And right now, are you only just playing stuff from Hidden Faces and later stuff, or are you also planning some new album or some new music to do?
Well, live we play on the moment songs from the first two albums mainly, plus Hidden Faces and some favorite tracks of Twist of Shadows. Only one actually.
Two.
Two?
Yeah, Craving and Obsession.
Oh yeah. Okay. It's better informed. So, but it's so basically the favorite tracks of all the Clan of XYMOX albums or XYMOX, whatever. And that's what we do on the moment, promoting Hidden Faces, and maybe in the future, I don't know. I don't want to look into the future because I'm not a fortune teller. So.
Well, what happens, happens, yeah. Well, then, thank you very much for the interview.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, and that's it.
Okay.
That's the